From legal eagle to political shark, how Keir Starmer is changing the game. In a political landscape rife with uncertainty, Keir Starmer's transformation from a legal eagle to a political shark has ignited fierce debate across the nation. This shift is not merely a personal evolution, it represents a seismic change in the Labour Party's approach at a time when the stakes have never been higher. Critics decry this metamorphosis as a betrayal of the party's core values, while supporters hail it as a necessary recalibration in the face of unprecedented challenges. Starmer's ascent to leadership was marked by a promise of unity and a return to traditional Labour principles. Yet, as he navigates the treacherous waters of British politics, many question whether he is sacrificing those very principles in pursuit of power. The fallout from Brexit continues to loom large, casting a long shadow over the party's identity. Once a staunch advocate for a second referendum, Starmer has shifted his stance, sparking outrage among party loyalists who view this as a capitulation to the prevailing political winds. "This is not the leadership we voted for," lamented one disillusioned party member. "The fear is palpable, the British people will not forgive a leader who appears to compromise on democratic ideals." This contentious shift has not gone unnoticed by powerful figures within and outside the party. Prominent analysts warn that Starmer's new direction could alienate the very base he seeks to mobilize. The Labour Party is at a crossroads, grappling with the ghosts of its past while trying to carve out a future that resonates with a diverse electorate. Critics argue that this strategy risks transforming Labour into a pale imitation of the Conservatives, prioritizing electoral gains over principled stances. This is a betrayal that could haunt the party for generations to come. The stakes are further heightened by the upcoming general election, a pivotal moment that could redefine Britain's political landscape. Historical precedents loom large. Think of the significant shifts during the Blair years, where charisma and policy innovation reshaped Labour's image. Yet, Starmer's approach feels markedly different. It's a calculated, often cautious maneuvering that many fear lacks the bold vision needed to inspire voters. The question remains, will he rally the party around a compelling narrative, or will he become a footnote in a long line of leaders who failed to rise to the occasion? Starmer's critics suggest that his legal background, once seen as an asset, may now hinder his political agility. He is often described as more of a technician than a visionary, a fact that could prove detrimental in a political climate that craves authenticity and boldness. The country stands at a crossroads, faced with pressing issues from climate change to economic inequality, all demanding decisive leadership. In this environment, many argue that Starmer's cautious approach could cost Labour dearly. Yet, it's not just his critics raising alarms. Even some of Starmer's own allies express concern about his increasingly ambiguous messaging. "We need clarity, not ambiguity," one shadow cabinet member remarked, highlighting the growing unease within the ranks. The urgency for a cohesive party strategy is palpable, as Labour must navigate the minefield left in the wake of Brexit and the pandemic. Analysts warn that without a clear sense of purpose, Labour risks losing its relevance amid a rising tide of populism and nationalist sentiment. The implications of Starmer's strategy are profound. If he does not recalibrate his approach, the Labour Party could find itself in a position where it is not just fighting for power, but for its very existence. The struggle is not merely against the Conservatives, it's against a public increasingly skeptical of traditional political institutions. This could mark a new era of influence in which Labour's historical legacy is overshadowed by a failure to adapt. As we approach what promises to be a pivotal election, the urgency for a clear, principled stance from Starmer is undeniable. The British public deserves better than a leader who panders to the moment, and the party must reclaim its narrative from the clutches of opportunism. In this high-stakes game of political chess, the stakes have never been higher. In conclusion, the battle for the heart and soul of the Labour Party is more than a political contest. It is a fight for the future of British democracy itself. As the nation watches closely, it is imperative for all of us to engage in this dialogue. Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and let your voice be heard. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but together, we can navigate this tumultuous landscape. Like, subscribe, and become part of a movement that seeks to reclaim the principles that define us. The time for action is now.